Hi, this is Carrie Cooper for Guitar Centre's Focus on Rock. The TalkBox. When it comes to guitar effects, there's something about the TalkBox that listeners especially love. Although we can trace experiments with such technology way back to the late 1930s by Alvino Rey, in more recent years we tend to think of Joe Walsh or Bon Jovi, and of course a collective roar still rolls through the crowd whenever Peter Frampton breaks out the unit during his live shows. Now, the first we know of the TalkBox being used is a carbon throat microphone that had initially been developed for military pilot communications. Alvino Rey, a radio man and musician, placed the mic on his wife's throat and she mouthed the guitar sounds while hidden off stage. That novelty act didn't quite take hold at the time. The modern day version of the TalkBox takes us back to the early 1960s when Pete Drake, the Nashville steel player, used it on the album Forever. Designed by Bill West using 8 inches of paper cone connected to a funnel and a plastic tube, it was Bill West who brought this effect into Joe Walsh's psyche. In Walsh's own words, "The James Gang used to play in Nashville, and I became good friends with Dottie West, the famous classic country singer. We'd go to her house and people would come over and we'd sit around with an acoustic guitar and pass it around. That could be anybody, Chet Atkins, Glenn Campbell, Roger Miller, whoever was in town." Dottie's husband was Bill West, and he was a pedal steel player. He actually invented the TalkBox that was used on Pete Drake's album. One day, while I was at Dottie's house, Bill went out to the garage and got it and gave it to me and said, "Here, you plug this end into your mouth, you'll figure it out." The man who's probably considered most synonymously with the TalkBox would have to be Pete Frampton. One afternoon at Abbey Road Studios, Frampton told Pete Drake that he knew of the effect but hadn't used it personally, and Drake promptly obliged. He gets out this little box, sets it on the side of the pedal steel there, plugs it in, a pipe comes out, he sticks it in his mouth, and the pedal steel starts singing to me. "It's like I've died and gone to heaven. This is the sound, and it's right in front of me." Pete Drake's wife had lent that very one to Joe Walsh to do Rocky Mountain, so that's how it all started. The vibe on Frampton's "Do You Feel Like We Do" and "Show Me the Way" would markedly be different as a result. Joe Walsh and Pete Frampton aside, other tracks that artists have used the TalkBox to great effect, well, Richie Sambora from Bon Jovi on "Living on a Prayer" and "It's My Life", Steely Dan's "Haitian Divorce", Anything Goes by Guns N' Roses, Aerosmith's "Sweet Emotion", and Pink Floyd's "Pigs". Check out Richie Sambora playing the TalkBox at the 29-second mark of the "It's My Life" video. What's your favourite TalkBox track? This is Carrie Cooper for Guitar Centre's Focus on Rock. You can shop for the greatest selection of music gear on earth in store and at guitarcentre.com.